What if I told you that nutrition researchers have been quietly studying a simple seed that contains all the essential building blocks for complete protein? And what if this same seed, which you can find in most health food stores, offers a plant-based protein profile that some studies suggest has interesting nutritional properties for those exploring diverse protein sources? I'm about to share nutritional information about a food source that many people have never considered for supporting their overall nutrition. Yet it's been gaining attention in wellness communities for its impressive amino acid profile and versatility. This isn't about replacing your current diet or making dramatic changes, but rather exploring how adding one simple food might expand your nutritional options. If you've been looking for ways to diversify your protein sources naturally, if you're curious about plant-based protein options, or if you want to learn about foods that nutrition enthusiasts are discussing more frequently, what I'm sharing today might offer some valuable insights for your wellness journey. But before we continue, I need to address something important about protein diversity that might surprise you about plant-based options and how they can fit into a balanced nutritional approach. The information I'm sharing today is purely educational and should never replace professional nutritional guidance or medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions or take medications. I'm a nutrition educator and wellness researcher who has spent the last several years studying plant-based nutrition and how different foods can support diverse dietary approaches. After completing my studies in nutritional science, I became particularly interested in how complete proteins from plant sources can complement various eating styles. Throughout my research, I've noticed that many people are interested in exploring different protein sources, but often feel overwhelmed by the options available. They frequently ask about plant-based alternatives and whether they can provide adequate nutritional variety. This led me to investigate various protein sources and their unique nutritional characteristics. What I discovered during my research into plant-based nutrition was both fascinating and enlightening. There are simple, natural food options that many people have never explored, yet they offer impressive nutritional profiles that deserve consideration. During my investigation into plant proteins, I came across information about hemp hearts that I found particularly interesting from a nutritional standpoint. Hemp hearts are the hulled inner part of hemp seeds, and I want to clarify immediately that they contain no THC and are completely legal and safe to consume as food. Please give this video a like if you're interested in learning about nutritional options that might help diversify your protein intake, because what I'm about to share represents some fascinating insights about plant-based nutrition. What makes hemp hearts particularly noteworthy is their complete amino acid profile. Unlike many plant proteins that are missing one or more essential amino acids, hemp hearts contain all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies need but cannot produce on their own. This makes them what nutritionists call a complete protein, similar to animal proteins but in plant form. For people who may be looking to diversify their protein sources or who enjoy exploring plant-based alternatives, this complete amino acid profile could be quite beneficial from a nutritional perspective. Some nutritional research has noted that plant-based complete proteins can be valuable additions to a varied diet. But here's what most people don't understand about protein diversity and plant-based options. And this information could change everything about how you think about your nutritional choices. Are you ready to learn something that might surprise you? Let me share what happened when I began discussing hemp hearts with people who were interested in exploring different protein options. Margaret, a nutrition-conscious individual, had been looking for plant-based alternatives that might complement her existing dietary approach. Margaret had experimented with various protein sources in the past. She had tried increasing her legume intake, explored different nuts and seeds, even incorporated various protein-rich grains. Despite consuming what appeared to be adequate protein variety, Margaret was interested in finding additional options that were both convenient and nutritionally complete. After learning about hemp hearts, Margaret decided to try incorporating 1 tablespoon into her daily routine. She found them remarkably easy to incorporate and appreciated that she could simply sprinkle them on salads or mix them into smoothies. Over several weeks, Margaret reported being satisfied with this addition to her nutrition plan. What surprised Margaret most was how much she enjoyed the versatility of hemp hearts. She told me that for the first time in her exploration of plant proteins, she had found something that was both nutritionally interesting and incredibly convenient to use. Margaret also appreciated that they had a mild, nutty flavor that didn't overpower her favorite dishes. But Margaret's experience is just the beginning, because what I discovered about hemp hearts goes far beyond just protein content. What you're about to learn might explain why exploring diverse protein sources can be so beneficial for your overall nutritional approach. What's particularly interesting about hemp hearts from a nutritional science perspective is not just their protein content, but also their additional nutrients that may complement overall nutrition. They contain omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in what researchers consider a favorable ratio, along with minerals like magnesium and iron that play important roles in various bodily functions. This combination of nutrients creates what nutritionists call a synergistic effect, where the various components work together to enhance overall nutritional value. This is particularly interesting for people whose nutritional needs are evolving as they explore different dietary approaches. The omega-3 fatty acids in hemp hearts may contribute to overall wellness, which is important because maintaining a balanced intake of healthy fats is a key component of good nutrition. Many people don't realize that the types of fats we consume can actually influence how well we utilize other nutrients, regardless of how much we consume overall. Now, let me explain some important information about protein diversity and nutrition that might help you understand why exploring different protein sources could be beneficial. This knowledge can help you make more informed decisions about your nutrition, and it might provide insights into optimizing your dietary approach. As our nutritional awareness evolves, many people discover that incorporating diverse protein sources can enhance their overall dietary satisfaction. Different proteins offer unique nutritional profiles, and some sources may be more compatible with individual digestive preferences than others. Additionally, variety in protein sources can help ensure a broader spectrum of nutrients and amino acid profiles throughout the day. Plant-based proteins like hemp hearts often provide additional nutrients like fiber and phytonutrients that complement the protein content, creating a more comprehensive nutritional package. Some nutrition researchers have noted that diverse, easily incorporated protein sources might be beneficial for people who want to maintain adequate protein variety without complicated meal preparation. This is where hemp hearts become particularly interesting, as they're often described as being remarkably convenient and user-friendly. But there's something else about hemp hearts that makes them uniquely suited for diverse nutritional approaches. And this is where the science gets really interesting. Are you curious to know what sets them apart from other protein sources? You'll learn more about the practical aspects of incorporating hemp hearts into your routine shortly. But first, let me address some common questions I receive about plant-based proteins and nutritional diversity. Many people wonder whether plant proteins can be as effective as animal proteins for meeting protein needs. Current nutritional research suggests that when plant proteins contain all essential amino acids, as hemp hearts do, they can be very effective for contributing to overall protein intake. The key is ensuring adequate total protein variety from different sources throughout the day. What's particularly noteworthy about hemp hearts is their leucine content. Leucine is an amino acid that plays an important role in protein utilization, and it's a component that many people look for when evaluating protein sources. Many plant proteins contain lower amounts of leucine than animal proteins, but hemp hearts provide significant amounts of this important amino acid. It's also worth noting that hemp hearts offer additional benefits beyond just protein. They're a source of healthy fats that may complement heart-healthy eating patterns, and they contain fiber that can contribute to digestive wellness. For people looking to optimize their overall nutrition, foods that provide multiple benefits can be particularly valuable. The fiber content in hemp hearts is especially interesting for those exploring plant-based nutrition, as fiber is an important component of a balanced diet. The soluble fiber in hemp hearts can contribute to healthy digestive function, which in turn may support better nutrient utilization and overall wellness. Let me tell you about another individual's experience that illustrates how hemp hearts might fit into someone's wellness routine. Robert, a busy professional, was working with a nutritionist to diversify his protein sources. He was interested in foods that were both nutritious and convenient to incorporate into his lifestyle. Robert had been relying heavily on the same protein sources for years and was interested in expanding his nutritional horizons. When I mentioned hemp hearts to Robert, he was initially curious because he had never heard of them before, but appreciated learning about new options. Robert found that hemp hearts were incredibly easy to incorporate into his existing meals. He would add them to his morning oatmeal, sprinkle them on soups at lunch, or mix them into yogurt for an afternoon snack. Robert appreciated that they had a mild, nutty flavor that enhanced rather than overwhelmed his favorite foods. What Robert found most beneficial was how hemp hearts helped him diversify his daily protein intake without having to completely restructure his meal planning. At 1 tablespoon, hemp hearts provide approximately 10 grams of complete protein, making them a concentrated source that could easily complement his other protein sources throughout the day. After 2 months of incorporating hemp hearts into his routine, Robert reported feeling more confident about his nutritional diversity. He told me that knowing he was getting high-quality, complete protein from such a simple addition gave him peace of mind, especially on busy days when his meal planning wasn't perfect. But Robert's experience highlights an important consideration that many busy people face, and I want to address this because it might be relevant to your lifestyle too. What happens when convenience becomes a major factor in maintaining good nutrition, or when time constraints make it challenging to prepare elaborate, protein-rich meals? Now, let me share some practical information about hemp hearts that you might find useful if you decide to explore this option. This is what I call a simple nutritional addition that you can easily implement if it seems right for your situation. The most straightforward way to include hemp hearts in your routine is to start with 1 tablespoon per day. You can sprinkle them on virtually any food: salads, soups, cereals, yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. They have a mild, nutty flavor that most people find pleasant and not overpowering. The timing of when you consume hemp hearts isn't as critical as consistency. Some people prefer adding them to breakfast to start their day with complete protein, while others like including them in lunch or dinner. The important thing is finding a routine that works for your lifestyle and preferences. One approach that many people find helpful is to prepare several days' worth of hemp hearts in small containers, making it easy to grab the right amount when preparing meals. This removes any guesswork and helps ensure consistency in your nutrition routine. If you're interested in trying hemp hearts, you can find them in most health food stores, many grocery stores, and online. Look for organic, hulled hemp hearts for the best quality. Store them in the refrigerator after opening to maintain freshness, as the healthy oils they contain can become rancid if left at room temperature for extended periods. When purchasing hemp hearts, you'll want to look for products that are stored in dark containers or packaging, as light can degrade the beneficial oils. Fresh hemp hearts should have a mild, nutty aroma and a slightly soft texture. If they smell harsh or taste bitter, they may be past their prime. If you're finding this nutritional information helpful and you'd like to stay updated on evidence-based wellness content, please consider subscribing and becoming a channel member. As a member, you'll get access to detailed nutrition guides, answers to common questions about healthy eating, and early access to new research I share about foods that may support nutritional diversity. Let me address some practical considerations that many people ask about when exploring new foods. If you have any food allergies, digestive sensitivities, or take medications, it's always wise to discuss new additions to your diet with your healthcare provider or registered dietitian first. Hemp hearts are generally well tolerated by most people, but like any food, individual responses can vary. Some people might experience mild digestive adjustments when first introducing any new protein source, so starting with smaller amounts and gradually increasing can be a sensible approach. It's also important to remember that hemp hearts are just one option among many for diversifying your protein intake. A varied diet that includes multiple protein sources, whether plant-based, animal-based, or both, is typically the most beneficial approach for overall nutrition. For people who are taking blood-thinning medications, it's particularly important to consult with healthcare providers before adding hemp hearts to your routine, as the omega-3 fatty acids they contain could potentially interact with certain medications. Now, let me share something that many nutrition experts are beginning to recognize about dietary diversity and protein needs that could enhance how you think about your nutrition. This information represents current thinking in nutritional science, and it could provide insights into optimizing your dietary approach. Please give this video another like if you're planning to research hemp hearts further, and let me know in the comments what types of protein sources you currently include in your diet. Are you interested in exploring more plant-based options? Or do you prefer traditional animal proteins? Have you ever tried incorporating seeds or nuts into your meals for extra nutrition? Please share your experience in the comments below. I want to share one more example of how hemp hearts might fit into a comprehensive approach to nutritional diversity. Dorothy, a health-conscious individual, was interested in optimizing her nutrition to support her active lifestyle. She was already eating well but wanted to explore whether there were additional foods that might enhance her overall nutritional profile. Dorothy had always been nutrition-minded, but she was interested in fine-tuning her approach to ensure she was getting the most from her food choices. She was looking for ways to enhance her nutrition without making dramatic changes to her established routines. Dorothy decided to try hemp hearts as part of a broader approach to nutrition that included plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and various protein sources. She found that adding hemp hearts to her meals provided an interesting textural element and offered a convenient way to boost the complete protein content of lighter meals like salads or soups. What I appreciated about Dorothy's approach was that she viewed hemp hearts as one component of a balanced nutrition plan, rather than expecting any single food to transform her health dramatically. This realistic perspective led to sustainable changes that she could maintain long-term. After several weeks of including hemp hearts in her routine, Dorothy reported feeling satisfied with her nutritional choices and appreciated the convenience factor. While it's impossible to attribute any specific outcomes to any single dietary addition, Dorothy felt that hemp hearts were a valuable component of her nutrition toolkit. Dorothy also mentioned that she appreciated how hemp hearts allowed her to enhance the nutritional profile of simple meals without requiring additional preparation time or complicated recipes. This convenience factor was particularly important for her busy lifestyle. This illustrates an important principle about nutrition. No single food is a complete solution, but adding nutritious options like hemp hearts to an already balanced diet may provide cumulative benefits over time. The key is consistency and viewing nutrition as one component of overall wellness. But there's something else I want to share with you about hemp hearts that goes beyond just individual nutrition benefits. This has to do with how they might fit into broader dietary patterns that research suggests may support overall wellness and longevity. Many of the world's healthiest populations consume diets that are rich in plant proteins, healthy fats, and diverse nutrient sources. Hemp hearts naturally fit into these dietary patterns, providing multiple beneficial nutrients in a single, convenient food source. The Mediterranean diet, for example, emphasizes nuts, seeds, and plant proteins, alongside moderate amounts of animal protein. Hemp hearts could easily be incorporated into a Mediterranean-style eating pattern, adding complete protein and healthy fats while supporting the overall nutritional diversity of this well-researched dietary approach. For people who are interested in plant-forward eating but want to ensure adequate protein diversity, hemp hearts represent one tool that can help bridge potential gaps. They provide complete protein while also contributing healthy fats, minerals, and fiber that support overall nutritional goals. Let me share a practical approach that combines hemp hearts with other nutrition-supporting foods into what I call a simple diversity protocol. This isn't a rigid meal plan, but rather a framework that many people have found helpful for incorporating hemp hearts into a balanced approach to nutrition. The Simple Diversity Protocol focuses on three key principles: complete proteins throughout the day, anti-inflammatory foods at most meals, and nutrient-dense options that are easy to prepare and enjoy. Hemp hearts naturally support all three of these principles. For breakfast, you might add hemp hearts to oatmeal along with berries and nuts, creating a meal rich in complete protein, antioxidants, and fiber. For lunch, hemp hearts can be sprinkled on salads with leafy greens and olive oil, providing protein and healthy fats that may enhance nutrient absorption. At dinner, hemp hearts can be added to soups, stews, or grain bowls, boosting the complete protein content while adding a pleasant nutty flavor and satisfying texture. The versatility of hemp hearts makes them easy to incorporate, regardless of your preferred cuisine or cooking style. Have you ever wondered why some dietary changes feel sustainable, while others feel like constant effort? This question relates directly to how hemp hearts might fit into your routine, and the answer might surprise you. As our understanding of nutrition evolves, our nutritional needs become both more important and more nuanced. We benefit from adequate protein to support various bodily functions, healthy fats for optimal wellness, and diverse nutrients to support overall health. Hemp hearts address multiple nutritional considerations simultaneously, which can simplify nutrition planning for busy individuals. The convenience factor cannot be overstated when it comes to maintaining consistent nutrition habits. Many people tell me that they understand what constitutes good nutrition, but they struggle with the time and energy required to prepare complex, nutritious meals consistently. Hemp hearts require no preparation whatsoever. You can store them in your refrigerator and simply sprinkle them on whatever you're eating. This simplicity removes barriers to good nutrition and makes it easier to maintain consistent, healthy habits. Additionally, hemp hearts have a long shelf life when stored properly, making them a practical pantry staple. Unlike fresh proteins that require regular shopping trips and careful storage, hemp hearts can be purchased in larger quantities and stored for months without spoiling. This reliability is particularly important for people who may have busy schedules, limited time for frequent shopping, or simply prefer to minimize meal planning complexity. Having nutritious, shelf-stable options like hemp hearts available can provide confidence and nutritional security. I want to address a concern that some people express about trying new foods, especially as dietary preferences may have become more established over the years. The beauty of hemp hearts is their mild flavor and versatility, which makes them easy to incorporate even for people with particular tastes or dietary preferences. Many people who describe themselves as having specific food preferences find hemp hearts surprisingly acceptable. The neutral, nutty flavor doesn't overpower other foods, and the small size means they can be easily mixed into existing favorite dishes without dramatically altering the taste or texture. For people managing blood sugar, hemp hearts can be particularly beneficial because they provide protein and healthy fats without carbohydrates, potentially helping to balance blood sugar responses when added to carbohydrate-containing meals. However, as with any dietary change, people with specific health considerations should consult with their healthcare providers. Those following heart-healthy eating patterns often appreciate that hemp hearts provide plant-based protein and omega-3 fatty acids, both of which align with recommendations for cardiovascular wellness. The absence of cholesterol and the presence of beneficial fats make hemp hearts a heart-friendly protein option. Now, let me share some important information about how hemp hearts compare to other commonly used protein sources. This comparison might help you understand where hemp hearts might fit in your overall nutrition plan. Compared to protein powders, hemp hearts provide protein in a whole food form with additional nutrients like healthy fats and minerals. Many people find whole foods more satisfying and easier to incorporate than processed supplements, and hemp hearts require no mixing or special preparation. Compared to nuts, hemp hearts are often easier to chew and may be more digestible for some people, making them suitable for individuals who may have dental considerations or digestive sensitivities. They also provide complete protein, while most nuts offer incomplete protein profiles. Compared to animal proteins, hemp hearts may be easier for some people to digest and could be less inflammatory for certain individuals. They also provide fiber and beneficial plant compounds that animal proteins lack, while still delivering all essential amino acids. The goal isn't to replace all other protein sources with hemp hearts, but rather to understand how they might complement your existing nutrition approach. Many people find that hemp hearts work best as one component of a varied protein intake strategy. As we approach the end of our discussion, I want to emphasize something crucial about nutrition that applies whether or not you choose to try hemp hearts. The most important factor in successful nutrition is consistency and sustainability, not achieving perfection. Many people become overwhelmed by conflicting nutrition information and end up making no changes at all. The key is identifying small, manageable changes that you can maintain long-term, rather than pursuing dramatic overhauls that are difficult to sustain. Whether that change is adding hemp hearts to your routine, increasing your vegetable intake, improving your hydration, or any other positive modification, the consistency of small changes often produces better results than sporadic attempts at major dietary transformations. As we conclude today's discussion, I want to emphasize that the information I've shared about hemp hearts represents just one option among many for supporting your nutritional goals. The most important thing is finding protein sources that you enjoy, can incorporate comfortably, and fit into your lifestyle and budget. Whether you choose to explore hemp hearts or prefer other protein sources, the goal is ensuring adequate nutrition to support your overall health, energy levels, and wellness goals. Every person's nutritional needs and preferences are different, so what works well for one person might not be the best choice for another. Remember that making small, sustainable changes to your nutrition often produces better long-term results than dramatic overhauls. If hemp hearts seem interesting to you, consider trying them for a few weeks to see how they fit into your routine and how you respond to incorporating them. The key to successful nutrition changes is patience, consistency, and working with qualified healthcare providers or registered dietitians who understand your individual health situation. What matters most is not finding the perfect food, but creating a sustainable approach to nutrition that supports your health goals and quality of life. Knowledge about nutritional options like hemp hearts empowers you to make informed decisions about your wellness. Whether you decide hemp hearts are right for you or not, understanding your options helps you take control of your nutritional future. If you found this nutritional information valuable, and you're interested in learning more about foods that may support diverse nutrition approaches, please watch the next video appearing on your screen right now. I've prepared it especially for subscribers of this channel, and it explores 5 common nutritional misconceptions that many people have, along with simple adjustments that may help optimize your dietary approach. Thank you for joining me today to explore the nutritional potential of hemp hearts. Remember that knowledge is power when it comes to making informed decisions about your wellness, and I hope this information helps you feel more confident in your nutrition choices as you continue your journey toward optimal health and vitality. Favorite.